So what should you tell your family about your estate plan? That's a common question I get from clients. I'm Claire at the Yanowitz Law Firm, where we help clients with wills, trust, and probate for 29 years now. So what should you tell your family about your estate plan? There are a couple of things. Some people want to share a lot. Some people want to share a little. But there are certain things that I really do highly recommend sharing with your family. First, if you want to name people to act on your behalf, like as your power of attorney, guardian of your kids, healthcare directive, trustee, executor, personal representative, those people, you should talk to them about it and ask if they would like to serve. Say that you'd like to name them, and so kind of have that conversation with them so it doesn't come out of nowhere that you've named them, and that they also feel comfortable taking on that responsibility. Second, I think it's important to share with those people you've named where your documents are located. So at the time of your death or incapacity, they aren't ripping apart your house trying to find your documents, or hopefully that they'd be able to find them, but in some instances, people can't find them. We always keep electronic versions of all of our documents, but if they can't find them, that's going to be a huge problem. Okay. Another thing that I think is helpful, if someone is your power of attorney, trustee, executor, you need to have some way to communicate where your assets are. So you don't need to tell them where all your assets are today, but you need to come up with a system so when and if the time comes, they're able to go access an Excel file that writes down all your assets. They're able to access that desk drawer in your house that has all of your statements. I think it's best to, instead of just showing someone where your financial paperwork is, to actually write it all down. These are the 3 different places I have bank accounts. These are the 4 different places I have brokerage accounts. I own life insurance. I don't own life insurance. This is the policy number. So just to kind of catalog all of that so that they don't have to kind of go through a bin of paperwork or try and find things electronically. It's better to create a catalog system of where all those assets are. Now, if someone is acting as your power of attorney, there are oftentimes gifting provisions within a power of attorney. So they're able to make gifts on your behalf if it's consistent with your wishes. So if you engage in certain gifting that you want continued in the event of your incapacity, it can be helpful to communicate that. So for example, if you are helping maybe a grandchild go to school and you're gifting X amount each trimester, if you give a certain amount to your church every month, if you want that gifting to continue, even if you don't have capacity to do it, it's important to tell or even write down like a letter to your power of attorney agents, letting them know what sort of gifting you want them to engage on your behalf. Now, for a healthcare directive, it's important to talk to the people named in that document about your wishes in the event that you have a terminal illness. Some people would prefer to be kept comfortable as opposed to extend their life. Other people would like more heroic measures in place to keep them alive as long as possible. So talking to them about where you fall in the spectrum there is helpful. If you have other medical wishes, that would come up with a healthcare directive. It's important to communicate those. We try and specify within the healthcare directive if someone wants to donate their organs or not, but sometimes people will be silent about that. So if you're silent in your healthcare directive, communicating your wishes to your agents so that they can make the best decision for you, communicating if you want to be buried or cremated, or buried if your spouse goes first and you want to be buried next to them, but if you go first, you want to be cremated. Some people have kind of like a decision matrix on that. So if you have kind of a decision matrix, kind of writing that down so that someone can act consistent with your wishes. So those can be very helpful things to think about, to communicate to your loved ones who you're listing in your plan during your lifetime, so as to make things run as smooth as possible when the time comes. So things to think about. If you like this video today, please hit the like button. And if you have ideas for other videos you'd like us to make, leave us a comment in the comment section. Thanks for listening.